Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a cruise review on the 13-day and 11-port Baltic Sea cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line's Norwegian Dawn cruise ship. We are on day 8 right now in Poland. We don't get off the ship until 3:30 p.m. so I figured it's early and I have a little bit of time to do my cruise review on this ship. I think I've been here long enough that I can kind of give you a rundown of the things that I like and do not like about this experience so far. So I hope you enjoy the video. So I'm on an inside cabin. It's pretty much the cheapest cabin you can get, and there's plenty of room in here for 1 or even 2 people. The way it's laid out is pretty simple. You have your bed. There's an end table on each side. You have a couple shelves here. You have a television. This is our current location. We're going all around the Baltic Sea for this one, starting in France. We started over here and we're going all the way around up to Finland, and we're going to end in Stockholm, Sweden next week. If you want to pause it and look at it, you can do that. We actually had one canceled. If you look at the 17th, we were supposed to be in Belgium, but they canceled it due to technical difficulties. We didn't leave the port till late, but I'll talk about that more in detail later. There's another shelf here. It has a 110 outlet and a 220 outlet. So I just use my adapter there and my mess of wires so I can edit my videos. This is like your command center for your electronics and stuff. There's plenty of drawers. There's a little fridge in here. There's more space up top. You have a closet. Right. And more storage over here. The bathroom is big enough. Got a shower, sink, toilet. They refresh towels every single day. Now let's walk around the ship. Here's a little trick that I like to use. I take one of these little magnets. You get them on Amazon, and you just stick it there in your door. So when you're walking down the hall, you can see your door from pretty much anywhere. All right. My stateroom is on deck 4. This is also the medical deck, and it's also the deck where you get on and off the ship. So it's very convenient. Right here you can see the layout of the ship. We'll check out all these areas other than where the staterooms and stuff are. All right, we're gonna go up 2 floors to 6 because 5 is only staterooms. And there's a bunch of stuff on 6, 7, 8. I don't know too much about 9 through 11. I think that's all staterooms. 12 and 13 are also like public areas. The elevators are pretty slow, so I just like to walk the steps a lot. So on the 6th floor, you're gonna have your aqua restaurant. This is available for everybody. It's like an upgraded dining area that you don't have to pay extra for. All right, turning left here, you can see a bunch of different plaques from the ship. You see the same thing on the Norwegian Star, my last cruise. This ship is pretty much exactly the same. Right here is the cigar bar. You can get stogies in there. And there's a whole bunch of different little restaurants all around the ship. And lots of bars. Now we're entering the casino area. I'm not going to record anybody, but they have everything from slot machines to like blackjack 3-card poker. They have a craps table, roulette, all that stuff. I think we gotta make our way through the casino. And at the far end of the casino is the Stardust Theater. They always have different shows, different types of entertainment, and you can enter from both sides. So there's an entrance over there and over here. It's closed right now, but inside it's pretty darn big. On the 6th floor here, we're at the bottom, so you go in and it's like a big theater. You can also enter from the 7th floor directly above here, and we'll head up there next. Back to the casino, and then up 1 floor.
155.
55 per seat.
You want
So-
this one? This one?
I stopped in the casino, and I won. Thank you. So after leaving the casino, you come to the Le Bistro. You go right up the steps, because there's really nothing else on this level. So I'm gonna go up to 7 straight from here. Also, it's good to note that pretty much everywhere on the 7th deck, there's access here to go outside, to walk all the way around the ship. Then heading towards the front of the ship is the top entrance for the Stardust Theater. And then there's also like a gift shop for the cruise ship. And they also sell perfume and watches and stuff over there. This is all your Norwegian Cruise Line stuff. You can even get little models of each ship that you're on. They also sell like t-shirts of the different ports in case for whatever reason you don't want to get off the ship or you can't, you can still buy. Now we're at the Stardust Theater again, the top level. There's balconies and stuff up here. You can sit at the balcony or you can walk down the steps from up here. All right, we're back where we started here on the 7th deck. They always have art on display. All right, now we're getting to the main atrium. There is another set of elevators here. And then this is the main area. We'll just go up here so you can see it better. So they have live music here. These are the elevators. Yes, there's elevators on a boat. It's crazy. 13 or 14 floors. Right here is a Starbucks. They have coffee. And this is like guest services over there. And this is, I guess while we're up here, this is the 8th floor though. It's called O'Sheehan's Bar and Grill. It's also free. You just walk in, get yourself a burger. And if you have the unlimited drink package, you can have Guinness too. All right, back down. We're not done with floor 7 yet. More exits to get out to the deck. And then on this side you have like a camera photo area, photo gallery. They sell cameras, binoculars. I'm not really 100% sure what they do here. I think you get your picture taken. And here on the back of the ship we have the Bliss Lounge. And they always have something going on here, like trivia, or game shows and stuff.
All the way to the bottom of the barrel. If you hear your number, remain standing. If you don't hear your number, sit down. But don't
And there's also a bar here.
There's no claim of bingo. We'll choose another ticket.
Hey, how's it going?
She got it? 448678. No? You sure? 448678.
A lot of fun in here. We're playing bingo, I think. All right, and then on the other side, the photo thing is over there. There's more elevators right here. This is like a wine bar in here. It's a very chill spot. There's I hardly ever see anybody in here. You could just find a corner and hang out. So over here you can find your information on excursions. Right here is your excursion desk. If you want to purchase an excursion, just go here, talk to this guy, and you can get an excursion. Before we go up to the 8th deck, I want to take a walk outside and show you what's going on out there. Oh, I can't. They have it roped off. Those are the roped off doors, but right here. There we go. All right. So we're already at the back of the ship, so I'll show you what's over there. It really is a nice day. I was expecting, it was forecasted rain for yesterday and today. We had some rain yesterday in Germany, but today it's like, it's awesome out. All right, here at the back of the ship, without dropping my phone. All right, we're back in the ship, and now we're gonna go check out the 8th floor. So I'm gonna take steps just because it's faster. Actually, this is all staterooms except for the Irish restaurant. Again, it just takes forever for the elevator. So I'm walking. We're just gonna go to the 12th floor, and that's where the restaurant, the Garden Cafe is. But while we're here, look at this. There's the Garden Cafe, one floor above us. But you can look down, and that's quite a drop. There's one of the elevators. It's pretty cool. Okay, one more floor. Okay, on the 12th floor, this is the Garden Cafe. I'll walk through quick. It's just basic buffet food. It's pretty good, but it's not as good as it was 10 years ago. Ever since COVID, the quality went downhill big time. Thank you. So now we're outside. There's a very small seating area right here where you can eat. But my biggest tip, if you do come here, the dining area is always jammed full of people. But if you just grab your food and come out here, there's always empty tables. It's great. So there's another bar. You can also get burgers right there. There's a band. There's 4 hot tubs and a pool. There's a pool right there. All right. On the other side is a library right here. And I think this is where the art gallery is. No, art gallery is somewhere else. The art gallery is kind of similar to like a small room like this. I didn't show it, but you'll find it. I think it's on the 6th floor, actually. Anyway, this is all staterooms. And that's pretty much it for the 12th floor. All right, we're gonna go upstairs now to the 13th floor. There's a bar right there. Bimini Bar and Grill. And then this goes all the way around the ship as well. So here's how you get up to the Bimini Bar and Grill. This is stairway goes up. Now we're at the front of the ship. Big like Doppler radar. A couple of them. I think that's what they are. And this is the very front of the ship. All right, so we're here at the back of the ship. This is like the kids area. They have water slides and dinosaurs and all kinds of cool stuff for the kids. But as I was walking back here, I noticed this staircase. I actually never went up there. Let's go take a look at it. By the way, I don't know if you can read it. It says Norwegian Dawn. All right. All right. So you can land a helicopter up here. There's some more dinosaurs. All right. All right, headed back down towards the front of the ship again. There's a really awesome mojito bar that I have to show you guys. On the other side of the ship, there's also the golf thing and the shuffleboard and giant checkers over there too. Back on the 12th floor, take the steps up. So right here is Cagney Steakhouse. This is my favorite restaurant on the ship. And then this is a Brazilian steakhouse, Moderno. And right in here they have the sugarcane mojito bar, and they make the best mojitos. I don't even like mojitos, but these are great. Right here. All right, I think that's pretty much the whole ship. Let's go back down to the stateroom and talk about it. Okay, so I guess I'll talk about what I think of this ship so far, as far as the good points and a few bad things. Now, I do cruising not for like luxury or anything like that. I do it more for content creation, and also I just like to visit these different countries. I've never been to these countries before, some of these countries before, and I'm kind of a geography nerd, so that's another reason I like to, like right now I'm in the Baltic Sea right up the coast of Poland, so I'm like freaking out happy. That's so cool. But I'm a nerd, like unlike most people. However, I have a list of some of the bad things. We'll go through them, and then we'll go through the good stuff, I guess. So there's just a few small things, like for charging my phone. I like to charge my phone, but on the Norwegian Star, I believe there was a USB port on my light by my bed. This one doesn't have it, so I don't like that. Another thing is I'm on the 4th floor, which is the very bottom of the ship. And the first thing I noticed when I opened the bathroom door, not when I walked into the stateroom, but when I opened the bathroom door, it smells like, you know, when you clean out the P-trap of a sink? That's kind of what it smells like in there. I told them about it, and they did a deep cleaning on it, which helped the smell a little bit, but it's still there. I'm already used to it though, and it's day 8, so it's not a huge deal. If you don't want it, just don't be on the bottom floor. Personally, I prefer the lower decks on the inside because that's where the least amount of ship movement is, and I tend to get seasick. And so there is planning behind every detail of this trip. The details of cleanliness. Okay, so, all right. I'm gonna move the camera for a second. All right, so it's not terrible. However, some things I noticed in here, like, I mean, now you gotta remember, this ship is from 2002. Where is it? It's not that bad. After they did the deep clean, there was like, you can still see there's like black stuff in there. And I noticed, I don't know if it's black mold. Sorry for the echo. I don't know if it's black mold. I didn't say anything about it, but that's the only place I see it right there. I didn't look elsewhere, but just stuff like that. And that smell really isn't the best. It's really not a complaint. It's just something that I noticed, and I think other people would notice it too. So now you know before you even see it. Okay, what else? Let me get my list here. Security tried confiscating my GPS. Okay, so I was coming back onto the ship in Amsterdam, like 2 or 3 days ago. And I've had this thing since 2006. This is a GPS Map 60 CSX. It's been at least as far as I know, it's been the standard for GPS, handheld GPSs, and it's perfect for geocaching. And this thing is like almost 20 years old, right? And they didn't know what it was. So I had it in my pack along with my, my phone charger, just a regular phone charger. And they're like, what is this thing? I'm like, it's GPS. Every phone has the same technology in it. They're like, is it for tracking the ship? I'm like, it's for geocaching. I use it for my job. And they're like, they tried taking it from me, calling it like a forbidden item or something stupid like that. And they were giving me a hard time about it. And I kept going back at them like, you guys didn't give me a problem on the Norwegian Star. I was just on that last year. And they finally, after, and I had walked like 17 miles in Amsterdam. So when I got back on the ship, I was ready to relax. And these guys are firing me up. And I'm like, no, give it back, Anyway, it kind of set me off a little bit, but they gave it back. Just one of those things. I get it. They're trying to be safe, but how stupid. It's a GPS, right? The Aqua and Venetian restaurants. So the Aqua and the Venetian, I showed you the Aqua restaurant. The Venetian is basically the same thing. It's free to get in there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But the menus, they basically stayed the same. So if you go in there like 3 or 4 times, you're going to try everything. That's another thing though. Those restaurants are very nice, but you sit down and you have to wait so long. I don't want to say impatient, but I want to eat and get out of there. I'm not there to like experience eating. I don't come here for luxury. I come here to do what I want to do, right? So I don't know. It's kind of cool, but it just takes so long to get the food. It's probably, nobody else would complain about that, but here I am. What else? Oh, and then the biggest one. All right, so my biggest complaint about this trip is the Belgium port was canceled, and that was supposed to be our first port as soon as we left France. And so I was all excited about Belgium. That was one of the main reasons I booked this trip to begin with, because Antwerp is the second biggest diamond district in the world. And if you don't know about my main channel, I made a video in New York City scraping the sidewalk cracks in front of the New York Diamond District shops. I found all kind of gold and diamonds, and it made a great video. And that's why I planned this trip, right? That was the deciding factor. They canceled that port. Yeah, I still get to go to, 10 other ports, 10 other countries, but like the main reason I booked this trip to begin with was canceled. So the same thing happened on the last time, last year when I went on the Norwegian Star. We were supposed to go to, I think it was 4 ports in Iceland and 3 ports in Greenland, but they canceled 2 of the Greenland ones and 1 of the Iceland ones. And all 3 of those ports were also the main reason I booked that cruise. So, I think I got a little tiny refund, like $50 or something. It's not great. And so if you do decide to go on a cruise, always have a backup plan, because even if your main focus of your trip is canceled, don't expect it to happen, because there's really no guarantee, right? Yesterday we were in Warnemünde, Germany, and I took an excursion down to the I can't even pronounce it. The Schwerin Castle. And it was so awesome. That was the first excursion I ever took on any cruise. This is cruise number 6. And that was really definitely worth it. And the main reason I took the excursion was because I had a $50 voucher for any one excursion. So I used it, and it was totally awesome. We also spent like 14 hours in Germany yesterday, which is by far the longest stay at any port. Today we'll be in Poland. We get there in about 3 hours. So I'm going to try to upload this video from the ship within that time. Probably won't happen. I might get it edited, but I won't get it uploaded. These cruises really are what you make of them. Same thing with the ports. If you're coming in expecting extreme luxury and stuff, maybe if you pay a ton and go to one of the, the captain's staterooms or something like that. I've never been in one of those. I haven't even had a balcony yet. Like I said, I prefer the cheaper way to do it, just because I'd rather put my money into like gold or Bitcoin instead of spending it on myself, right? I would rather buy, stuff for somebody else. And, I don't care. Like this, to me, this stateroom is a place to sleep and shower. That's pretty much it, and store my stuff while I go adventuring in these other countries. So my way of traveling is, I get it different than everybody else. Most people, if you like traveling the same way that I do, let me know your tips and tricks in the comments. But I really enjoy doing these trips. I like making these videos for other people to see. And yeah, that's it from the middle of the Baltic Sea, off about 6 miles off the coast of Poland. Also, don't forget to check out my other cruise ship reviews. I'll put a link to my playlist down in the description. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.